Hey, what's up you guys? This is Codeman, and we finally got some My Team news. They released it early this morning. There's a video, and there's also the 2K18 blog, which I'll put a link in the description for you, which explains it a little bit better than the video does. First off, they show us these new My Team card designs, which they don't really look like the designs they showed us on the pre-order packages. Completely different. They're not bad. I actually think the designs they had last year were a little bit better, but I'm sure everyone has their own opinion. They did add these signature cards, and if you look on the bottom left, it'll say like 45 of 250, 1 of 10,000. So basically, if you see like 1 out of 10,000, that probably means there's 10,000 signature cards. So if you're lucky enough, you'll get one of those signature cards, which I guess is just gonna be might be a little bit of a boosted card for that player. And you still probably get some type of reward if you have enough signature cards. But I guess it's going to be random, so hopefully you're lucky. So first they show us the main My Team menu, which doesn't look that much different from the 2K17 menu. You can see you got on the top right, you have your current packs, you have whatever you have in the auction house, your MT, and your VC with the name next to the VC. For the options, you have play, packs, manage team, collection, auction house, your goals, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Now I'm assuming once you hit play now, it shows you all these different types of game modes you can choose from. Challenges, Supermax, Domination, Pack and Playoffs, Play with Friends, and Freestyle. So we'll start with the My Team Pack and Playoffs, since that's what they talk about first. So Pack and Playoffs is basically their new version of Gauntlet, except you're not going to be, I don't think you're going to be in a park anymore. I'm assuming it's going to be on a regular floor. I guess it could still be on a park, but I think it's going to be on an NBA floor. You do a pack draft, and it's going to be a 5-man team. When you first start, you choose your coach. And your coach, I guess, is going to determine what your play style is. I don't know if it's going to matter. I mean, you control your players, so I don't see how that's going to affect the game at all. You control what your players do. Now, it looks like you're going to be drafting maybe 10 cards, probably 10 or 15 cards they're going to flip over. And you're going to choose your best 5, whatever 5 you want to. And it looks like they're not going to be locked into what position you have to play them in because, as you can see, CJ McCollum, they have him at point guard. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is they keep saying that this mode is free. But what they're doing in the notes in the blog, it says that if you can spend your VC on a player you like and keep him. So in other words, if you like Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard, for example, that you drafted, or a Pink Diamond, you can spend VC and keep him on your team for the future. So it says free, but people are gonna be spending money just to have better teams. So it's not really free. So that is a little bit disappointing because people are still going to be spending money on VC. They're going to want to do that because if you spend money on VC, you can keep players on your squad. Now, I don't know if that's every single player or just one at a time, but if it's every player, that means some people are going to have 5 amazing all-stars on their team, and they're going to advance pretty quickly up the playoff ladder, you know? Now, each round of this mode is the best of 7, so you have to win 4 games to advance, and if you lose 4, you drop down to the league below. And each time you advance, that's when you redraft a whole new lineup. And of course, just like Gauntlet, there's a prize board as well where you can only get players from that prize board. You can't get them anywhere else in My Team. Hopefully these are cards like people actually want, you know. So the next mode they talk about is Supermax. This is basically replacing the Road to the Playoffs from 2K17. This is where you're going to go up through different leagues, all the way to like the Pink Diamond League, I'm assuming. Except they did change it up a little bit. There's also a salary cap now, which I'm assuming like the salary cap's gonna be a lot lower. Like when you're in the bronze league, the salary cap's gonna be super low. So in other words, you have to choose the worst players like bronze players and such. And I guess when you get to the Pink Diamond League, the salary cap's gonna be raised. It might even be like completely lifted once you get to the Pink Diamond League to where you can use any player you want, which I think that's a good idea. I like that better than just using all bronze players or whatever, or whatever. You can kind of choose what you wanna do. Also, something really cool they did for the salary caps, they said they built a system that adjusts individual cards' cap values based on how often they are used. So in other words, if everyone is using the same card, their salary cap's going to go up to the max level. So people like LeBron, KD, Westbrook, they're probably going to be the Supermax category, and they're going to cost you the most. So if you use them, the rest of your team's going to not be as good. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. It's going to get people to use cards they won't normally use. Now, if you look at the top right, it says 1 day, 20 hours, 17 minutes, and 5 seconds. So I guess each round is that time. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'm not sure if you're just going to keep collecting points the more games you play, or if you can only play so many games each round. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So this is the new pack menu, which I'm not sure if I like it any better than last year or not. Everybody seemed to like last year's pack opening menu a lot. So of course they changed it. Like 2K style, they change everything every year. Let me know if you guys like it. Now, there's something they don't talk about in this trailer that they talk about on the blog, and it's about the coaches. And basically, each coach has their own types of strategies and something they call strategy cards. And they say you can play the strategy cards during timeouts to add temporary bonuses to your points of emphasis. Say if you use Billy Donovan during a timeout and you use his strategy card, it'll limit the tempo of your opponent, it'll wear down the offense, so they'll start getting tired quicker, and it decreases the comeback chances from a large deficit. That's kind of silly. So basically, it decreases the comeback chances from a large deficit. So does that mean you're going to miss more shots? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Basically, sounds like momentum changes to me based on what coach you have. Another thing they don't really talk about in the trailer that I really, really like is there's a ton more offline things that you can do. So if you like just playing offline, you don't want to play online, and you just want to build your team offline, this is great. There's something that says schedules, and basically you will play through a 30-game schedule for each of the 30 NBA teams. Earn MyTeam points and prizes as you work your way through 900 unique challenges based on the 2017-18 NBA season schedule, and they will be available from day one. So in other words, as soon as you get 2K18, you have at least 900 challenges you can play on your own without ever having to go online to build up your team, without having to spend money. So that's really, really good. I'm glad they did that. Of course, Domination is back, which is pretty awesome. Now, besides playing all those teams from the 30 NBA teams, 30 games, you have 33 all-time lineups, which they kind of already hinted at before. Like the Lakers would be Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, and Wilt, you know. That'd be one of the teams you have to play against. So that's 33 more games you get to play. So that's going to be pretty fun. I'm pretty sure, hopefully the prizes are really good at the end of the year. So hopefully we get some pretty awesome players just from playing offline. So of course they updated the auction house. They didn't exactly show us the filters that you can use in the auction house, but they did talk about some updates that they did. The auctions will appear in real time, which is awesome. So as soon as you post, you don't have to wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's going to be right away. So in other words, I'm assuming that means they're going to get rid of refresh time. So there won't be like every 15 minutes there's going to be a new refresh. It's going to be like every second. So I'd assume snipes are going to be a little bit easier, you would think, because you could pretty much spam the refresh all day long if you want to. They've also added reserve bidding. So in other words, you can set your maximum bid for a player and then bid a low bid on it. And what it'll do is 2K will keep increasing your bid as people bid until you reach your max spending limit, and then it'll just cut you off. So that way you can bid on cards without even having to be there. You can just bid on a card, set your max bid, and then leave, go to work, do whatever you got to do, and you'll get it. If you have enough MT, you'll get it, you know, depending on what you set it at. And I think that's a great idea. I really like the improvements in the auction house. I hope they bring back like all the filters they had last year compared to this year. I liked when there were more filters because you can kind of snipe a little bit easier. Another thing they added is called MyTeam Goals. And basically, it's if you kind of are stuck and you don't really know what to do or where to go next, you can do MyTeam Goals. And the goals will actually award you prizes if you do the actual goals they suggest that you do. So that's another way just to win prizes. I don't know if it's going to be players. It might be like shoes. It might be contracts, you know, but I do like that. There's also a collections menu, which they really needed last year. I'm glad they put it in here this year. So if you're not sure what card you need, what shoes you need, you know, what coaches you need, you can go to your collections menu and it'll show you exactly what you need. So that's good they put that in there. Dynamic duos, of course, they're coming back, and it says they're adding even more duos than last year. I would hope so, you know. As you know, dynamic duos is going to boost the stats of two players you put together. We kind of figured they would bring those back though, you know. Another amazing thing they finally did, this year you'll be able to replace the badges that you applied on your card. So if you get a card from the auction house and has all these stupid badges on it, like say a deep range Deadeye for like on Shaq or something like that, you can replace it. That's good because you have a lot of people who they don't really know what badges to use. They just throw them on cards. So I'm really glad they did that. And now shoes can also have 5 attribute boost. So you're going to get some like diamond shoes with 5 boost, which is pretty awesome. A lot better than what it was. It was 3 last year at the most. And it says they've added hundreds of new shoes and colorways, each with a unique combination of boost. And that's about all the news they have. I know it's a lot of news at one time, and it's a lot of information we don't really know yet until we actually get the game and get to try it out and see how fun it is. But it looks promising. But anyway, hopefully it's a lot of fun. I look forward to playing the game. I'm excited for it to come out. I'm excited for the demo, which comes out on the 8th of next month. So let me know what you guys think about all the new information about MyTeam, and I hope you guys have a great day.